United States President Donald Trump has threatened to devastate Turkey economically if it attacks Kurdish forces in Syria, following a planned pullout of the United States troops. In two tweets on Sunday, Mr. Trump said that he did not want the Kurds to provoke Turkey either. United States forces have fought alongside the Kurdish militia in northern Syria against the Islamic State group. Turkey, however, regards the People's Protection Units as terrorists. President Recep Tayyip Erdogan has spoken angrily about American support for the group and wanted to crush it. Turkey's foreign minister has said the country will not be deterred by any threat. Mr. Trump's comments on Sunday followed further criticism of his abrupt decision to withdraw the United States forces from Syria. A senior figure in Saudi Arabia's royal family, Prince Turki Faisal, told the BBC it would have a negative impact that would benefit Iran, Russia and Syria's President Bashar al-Assad. United States Secretary of State Mike Pompeo is currently in the Saudi capital Riyadh as he tours the Middle East to reassure United States allies in the region. The president defended his decision to withdraw troops, saying any remaining IS fighters could be attacked from the air. He did not say how Turkey's economy would suffer if it attacked the IS. The United States imposed sanctions and trade tariffs on Turkey in August, amid a row over a detained United States pastor, contributing to a sharp drop in the value of the Turkish lira. Pastor Andrew Brunson was released in October. Mr. Trump also mentioned the creation of a 20-mile, 32-kilometer safe zone, which the BBC's Barbara Bladasher hints at the kind of solution Mr. Pompeo is trying to negotiate, starting the long-overdue pullout from Syria, while hitting the little remaining ISIS territorial caliphate hard, and from many directions. Will attack again from existing nearby base, if it reforms. Will devastate Turkey economically if they hit Kurds. Create 20-mile safe zone. End of Twitter post by @RealDuNLDKLUMPTHA. President also said that Iran and Syria had been the biggest beneficiaries of the United States' action in Syria, and it was time to bring American soldiers home. Likewise, do not want the Kurds to provoke Turkey. Russia, Iran, and Syria have been the biggest beneficiaries of the long-term United States policy of destroying ISIS in Syria natural enemies. We also benefit, but it is now time to bring our troops back home. Stop the endless wars. End of Twitter post by @Donald Trump. Turkey's foreign minister, Mevlut Cavusoglu, dismissed Trump's threats. We have said multiple times that we will not fear or be deterred by any threat. You can get nowhere by threatening Turkey economically, he said. He also criticized Mr. Trump's methods, saying strategic alliances should not be discussed over Twitter or social media. President Erdogan's spokesman, Ibrahim Kalin, said Turkey expected the United States to honor our strategic partnership. Terrorists cannot be your partners and allies, he said. President Trump shocked allies and faced straw and criticism at home last month, when he ordered United States forces to immediately begin withdrawing from the approximately 30% of Syria controlled by the IS-led Syrian Democratic Forces, SDF. alliance. The United States military began its pullout last week by withdrawing some military equipment from Syria, although its troops remained in the country. Over the weekend, Mr. Pompeo said he had spoken to Mr. Cavusoglu by phone and was optimistic that an agreement could be reached with Turkey to protect Kurdish fighters. Speaking in Abu Dhabi, Mr. Pompeo said the United States recognized the Turkish people's right and Mr. Erdogan's right to defend their country from terrorists. We also know that those fighting alongside us for all this time deserve to be protected as well, he added. In Riyadh, Mr. Pompeo discussed Iran and the conflicts in Yemen and Syria with King Salman. It is not clear whether he sought an update on the investigation into the murder of journalist Jamal Khashoggi. Mr. Khashoggi, a critic of Saudi Arabia's rulers, was murdered at the Saudi consulate in Istanbul 3 months ago. About 2,000 US military personnel are reported to be deployed in northern Syria. Ground troops first arrived in autumn 2015 when then-President Barack Obama sent in a small number of special forces to train and advise its fighters. The United States did this after several attempts at training and arming Syrian Arab rebel groups to battle its militants descended into chaos.